Hello everyone, my name is Oni and welcome to a new Ninjago discussion video. So, it was just revealed some LEGO Ninjago sets. Yeah, that's right. They did a live stream with some LEGO Ninjago ambassadors and we got some sets to look at. First up is the Grumfax Dragon, I think that's called, or is the Zoltar Grumfax Dragon. I can't read the box. I only got some screenshots. And because of the Kai, Nia, and this tiger, it has Raz's head but in white. And this pretty solid dragon. Honestly, it's a cool dragon. I'd probably pick it up because it's fun. It's different from the other dragons. It's got cool tusks. But outside of that, it's nothing crazy. It can stand up on its hind legs and start punching people. And you know how I like my beat 'em up dragons. Next up, I wanted to look at the Lloyd's Dragon Mech Battle Pack. It comes with a loyalist guy, Jay, and Lloyd in his mech. Very similar, pretty much the exact same to Kai's. People have said that the the mold for the cockpit is different for Lloyd. It could be. I don't know. But outside of that, it's very solid. I'll probably get a bunch of this set just for the Dragon Claws. Because the Dragon Claws are honestly the only thing I'd want from this wave. Outside of a couple of sets. The builds in the sets. Because, to be completely honest, there's not much reason to get this wave if you got anything from the previous wave. Because the 2026 Ninja are the same. And I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy that we're starting to just use the same suits for both parts. It'll make the season feel a lot more united, and it makes it easier as somebody who buys sets to be like, oh, well, I don't need this set. This set might look cool, but I don't need to get it for the figures, which is something that I felt especially with Jay's car from the January wave. Oh, but I want to get Dragon Kai. Well, Dragon Kai I don't think comes in any of these sets, but oh no, he does. So you could get that instead, or you could get a different set if you didn't like some of the other sets. I think it's better to do it this way. Even though my personal preference, I'm not a fan of the 2026 ninja suits. I would much rather have other ninja suits. But these ones are not horrible. Although I've heard the reason why might be because we got the Legacy ZX suits, so we wouldn't get new Dragon's Rising suits for the second wave for a budget. I've heard that somewhere, and frankly, I'm fine with that. Next up, we have Kai and Cole's combiner vehicles. Cole gets this cool Harley motorcycle looking thing, and Kai gets this Doom buggy car. And I really like these sets. These sets are really cool. Cole's bike is very nice. It's a very different shaping motorcycle than we typically get from Ninjago. And Kai's Doom buggy is also not something we don't typically get these kinds of buggies. I know Jay's car kind of felt like an off-roader, but this is very different. I really like this. The last time we got something like this was, I think, Lloyd's Jungle Raider in season 4 of the show. But this is very nice. I very like this. Next up, we have the 4+ Zane's Ice Dragon Battle. And this is going to be a 4+ set. It's going to have Zane, Sora, and 2 acid monsters that have legs instead of snake tails, which means it's going to be exclusive prints, and it's going to also have a big ol' acid snake. And that is a goofy looking snake. I might get this set for the snake alone, just because of how goofy it is. Also, how big the wings on Zane's dragon is so funny. Those look way too big for that set. Next up, I have Wildfire's Transforming Mech Dragon. We have Empress Beatrix in her really cool mech. I'm not happy with how it turned out in the set. I kind of wish it was a little different, to be honest. But overall, it's solid. It gets the job done. But Wildfire's Transforming Mech is really the seller here. And honestly, it's so sick. I saw a video of it transforming. And it's the head kind of goes down. Like that one Power Rangers Megazord. The wings fold up. The legs fold down. The arms fold down. Then the tail folds up and spins. you take the sword out, but then you pull the tail over, and it becomes that mech's head, and it's so cool. It's such a Megazord transformation for a Power Ranger, for like a Zord. But I love that. This probably could be something I pick up eventually. Not a day one purchase, but definitely a purchase at some point. Then we get a new land bounty. I did not get the old land bounty, so I was very interested in this one. Since I missed out on the last one, and I heard the last one was bad, and I heard some people complain about this. I like it. I like that fact that it kind of transforms and like becomes separate vehicles. It's very ultra stealth raidery. Also, it reminds me of the Ultimate Batmobile from the Lego Batman movie, which is a set I desperately want because it's so cool. I love when vehicles, especially vehicles like the land bounty, separate. So the way that separates is this top chunk gets removed, and that becomes like a mini bounty. Then on the back, these two hind wheels here, those become a motorcycle. Then the two front wheels here, or I believe I think these become another Doom buggy similar to Kai's. The back ones become a motorcycle, or it's reversed. But it's really cool, and I really like how it's done. But yeah, no, it's a very fun set, and this, again, might be a pickup, I don't know. Next up is the Battle at the Dragon's Blade. This is so cool. I really like it, and this is also where we get introduced to some new characters that we know nothing about yet, but we do know a handful of things, and I'll tell you those things in just a moment. So, the minifigures included Jin, Mira, Master Evo, and the Oni Warrior. Now, if you notice, their color schemes seem very familiar. Jin and Mira are wearing red and azure, respectively, and that's because Jin is a descendant of Kai in the newest Elemental Master of Fire, and Mira is a descendant of Nia and most likely the current Elemental Master of Water and potentially Lightning. Then we have Master Evo. Have no clue who he is. That's a shot in the dark, to be completely honest. I couldn't tell you. He's actually Batman. My theory is he's Batman. And the reason why I say that he's Batman is because the new Oni Warrior's helmets kind of look like Batman. Like with the ears? Yeah, no, he's just Batman fighting off like different versions of himself. Like this is probably just like the Batman who laughs. All jokes aside though, this is a very solid set. I love the sword and the dragon skull. Those look so cool. I really want to know how that's built, to be honest. And then you have the mech, which is so-so. It's a mech, and the dragon's also pretty cool. But it's also just a dragon. They're both meh. It's really the dragon head and the sword are like the key pieces here. Those are just kind of like to do a fight scene. I can't wait to see like in Ninjago Legends what this is all about. But yeah, it's a whatever. Like inclusions. Then the Ultra Dragon Battle. And oh man, do we have some things to discuss here. So first, the Great Devourer popping out. She's awesome. She's cool. I love how she looks. I can't tell if they did the weak spot on her head. I hope he did. Then we have a new character here, Nate. Nate is the Cole's descendant, or at least the current Elemental Master of Earth. Oh, and since I just noticed it, something new with Jin in this set is we have a new scabbard piece. Basically, instead of storing the swords on their back, now this piece is like kind of like how they did the tails for the animal costumes. Except you could just put the sword in there. A little bit more realistic to how a lot of historical people would wear swords when they had to sheath them. It looks like Jin also has a sheath on his back. So in canon, at least in my heart, he has 3 swords on his body at all times, and that's so funny to me. I love the idea of him like having 2 swords that he whips out. He just like throws one and then he pulls out the other sword, getting ready to brawl. That would be so cool. Must be really heavy though. And then the Ultra Dragon, I really liked it at first, but it really goes downhill fast. You see, I think the gold is way too much and way too prevalent. I don't like the golden heads for the dragon. I don't like the golden armor. I think the wings are fine. But I think less gold, more showing off the element in build with the heads would have been nice. Maybe making each of these like custom molds, like black, blue, red, and maybe white. Just so that we could see these dragon race suits with their ninja colors as highlights. And Nia's mask actually appears to be dual molded with azure and dark blue instead of her gunmetal gray, because these are the mech pilot hoods from last year's January wave. So it's very interesting to see that in another color. And then again, the Oni Warrior, this time he's in purple and brown, which is very interesting. I wonder how they're going to be able to explain that Kai and Nia had this, but then also Jin and Mira as well. I'm very excited to see actually if they're children or descendants. Overall, it looks very fun, and I'm very excited. And also, another thing that was in the live stream that I might as well discuss now, because we're here, is the Lego Ninjago Legacy X1 Ninja Charger. A lot of people discussed it, so I'm just going to give my quick thoughts on it, because I don't have too much to say. I really like the set. I think it's overpriced. I think General Cricktor is the lamest version we've gotten. But I like this build. I really like the shaping in the race car, like look of it. I feel like there's like, because I know the X1 Ninja Charger was a prototype. I like the idea of this as being the finalized one. I like the Master Shadow minifigure in it, but outside of that, like, yeah, no, it's a solid set. Overpriced for sure, but overall, I think I'm gonna pick this. Is gonna be my day one pickup for sure. This, and then the Lloyd's mech set is gonna be my pickup, so that way I can get the claws. And maybe the Grimfax or Zoltar or whatever his name is. I'll look up the set names later, but he's definitely gonna be a pickup, as well as that mech and the other and his set. I don't know if they're all day one. I know Kai's X1 Ninja Charge definitely is. This might be like a few months later if I can get them. And those are all the Ninjago sets. Now, there are other sets that I want to talk about that aren't Ninjago related, so if you want to hear my thoughts on them, thank you. If not, I get it. I mostly talk about Ninjago, but I'm passionate about these ones too. So first, we have the No Way Home sets, and I can't decide which one I want to get, to be honest. So first up, we have like this Hulk battle with Scorpion, this guy, and this Boomerang guy, and then Spider-Man, that figure looks so good. Oh my god. And then we have this girl selling hot dogs. But yeah, and then that set can like explode. My only thing with this set is it seems like it's a really big building, which I really like, but also it kind of seems like there's nothing there. It seems like it's gonna be a very empty building to incorporate that boom feature, because the whole building can explode and then be put back together, which means there's probably not much there in terms of substance inside of it. Next up, we have this really cool prisoner transport van, and I really love this set. I love this, like, the armored look of it. I'm definitely picking up this set for sure. The image I'm looking at right now actually has a nice little like error where Spider-Man's arm doesn't have the print. It has the webbing on it, but not the red. So hopefully that's not an issue with the actual set. But I like how he actually has dual molded legs. I love this set. This is really cool. And it also comes. We also get a guard to arrest. I believe this is Tombstone. And then another one of those like the guy. I don't know his name, so I'm just going off rip. Then the last set we have here is the buildable figure Spider-Man. I've never been big into the buildable figures, so I'm probably not gonna get this one, even though it comes with Spider-Man. But so does every other set. I wish we had a cheaper set that came with Spider-Man, but I'm fine with getting these because yeah. And overall, those are all the sets I want to talk about. Again, the Spider-Man stuff is kind of out of the blue, but also I really like Spider-Man, so I figured it'd be fun for me to at least just bring those up, being like, hey, I really like these sets, and they look really cool. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Again, my name is Oni, and you all have a great rest of your day. Hey guys, my name is Oni. I'm editing, and I just wanted to hop on here real quick because I know I've talked a bit about making the Lego Ninjago Season 1 retrospective, and talked about how I made a script, and I did make a script, and I recorded everything, put it on the editor, and I started, and I hate it. I hate it. I'm restarting it from the beginning. Frankly, I thought that a script would help me not ramble, to be honest, because I know I ramble a lot. Even in my normal conversations with people, I'm always rambling. I'm never really having a coherent conversation a lot of the time. It's always, I'll go off into random places. So I thought that a script will help me at least have my thoughts and be organized. But oh my god, it doesn't feel right. I think I'm gonna try to just maybe make bulletins, maybe have a spot where I just do the season, the episode, like, rundown, and then have my thoughts just be rambly. But it felt so unnatural, so fake, so not like me. So I didn't want that, and I wanted it to be natural and it to feel like something I wanted, and I wanted it to feel like me. And that's what I'm hoping to do with my next guide. I don't like calling it a script. I'm going to call it my guide. So that I don't ramble like an idiot for 3 hours, because I also find when I ramble, I repeat myself. And I'm going to try to make it not a pain, but also I want to accurately say what happens in the episode. Not word for word, but, like, you know, give the basic rundown of what the episode's about, and then go into my thoughts a little bit better, because that's what I try to do with the script. I try to make it the episode, but throughout the episode description, I would say my thoughts. And so then I started reading, and it felt unnatural, it felt lame, and honestly, I hated it. I hated hearing it. I wasn't a fan of it while I was recording, and then I was like, oh, it's probably just because I'm recording it right now. When I'm done recording, it's gonna sound good, and it's gonna sound coherent. I'm gonna sound like I know what I'm talking about. And I sound coherent, I also sound dead inside. I sound so hollow, and I hated it. So I'm going back to the writing board. I'm still hoping to get everything ready for next week, but honestly, with how much I want to rewrite and change things about how that video is gonna work, it might take me longer, especially because now I want to go a little bit more off the hand. So I'm going to try to figure it out as I go. I'm new to reviewing things, so it's gonna be a work in progress, but thank you for, if you're waiting for it. I can't wait to actually make something I'm proud of, because that was so bad. And thank you. I've been rambling for 3 minutes. Probably why I thought I needed a script. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.